What if I told you there was a financial revolution quietly brewing, one that could render sanctions meaningless and turn the global economy on its head? It's not science fiction. It's happening now, and the main player isn't Silicon Valley or Wall Street. It's Russia. In a world where power is measured in dollars, Russia is placing its bets on a different currency, Bitcoin. Yes, the same digital coin once mocked as internet money has now become the cornerstone of a bold geopolitical strategy. President Vladimir Putin has made headlines by announcing that Russia will officially use Bitcoin for international trade. Think this is just another cryptocurrency gimmick? Think again. This isn't about hype, it's about survival. As sanctions tighten and the global financial system remains dominated by Western powers, Russia is charting a new course, one that could redefine how nations trade, invest, and wield power. This is the story of how one decision is shaking up the financial world and why it could matter to you more than you think. The declaration that shocked the world. It was an ordinary press conference until it wasn't. In late 2024, Vladimir Putin stepped up to the podium and declared something that would reverberate across boardrooms, trading floors, and even underground mining rigs. Russia will begin using Bitcoin for international trade. Simple words. Big implications. Putin didn't mince words about why. Bitcoin, he said, is unstoppable. In one statement, he dismissed the dominance of fiat currencies, sidestepped the sanction-strangled global financial system, and endorsed the world's first decentralized currency as a lifeline for Russia's economy. To some, it was a masterstroke, a calculated move to circumvent the stranglehold of sanctions that have crippled the country's financial systems. To others, it was reckless audacity. But for Russia, this wasn't just a decision, it was a declaration of independence. Why Bitcoin? Why now? Let's get one thing straight. This isn't about tech nerds or early adopters cashing in. This is about survival in a world where financial weapons can cripple nations. The sanction siege. Since 2014, Russia has been bombarded by sanctions from Western powers. Access to global banking systems cut off. Dollar-based trade restricted. The aim? To isolate Russia economically and force compliance. But instead of folding, Russia found a workaround. By embracing Bitcoin, a currency that doesn't rely on banks, governments, or intermediaries, Russia can sidestep sanctions entirely. No SWIFT codes, no frozen accounts, just peer-to-peer transactions on an immutable blockchain. The perfect tool. Why Bitcoin? Why not gold or some other alternative? Decentralization. No central authority controls Bitcoin. No government can freeze it. No bank can block it. Borderless. Bitcoin doesn't care if you're in Moscow, Mumbai, or Manhattan. It moves across borders with ease. Scarcity. Unlike fiat currencies that can be printed into oblivion, Bitcoin has a hard cap of 21 million coins. That scarcity makes it a hedge against inflation, something Russia needs in its arsenal. By leveraging Bitcoin, Russia isn't just skirting sanctions. It's flipping the script on the traditional financial order. The ripple effect and what this means for the world. Make no mistake, this isn't just about Russia. When a major global power like Russia pivots to Bitcoin, the ripple effects are seismic. One, a wake-up call for the West. For decades, the US dollar has been the undisputed king of global trade. Traded in dollars, major commodities, dollar-based. This dominance gave the US unmatched economic power. But what happens when countries stop relying on the dollar? Russia's move to Bitcoin is a direct challenge to this status quo. And it's not just theoretical. Other nations facing sanctions, like Iran, Venezuela, and North Korea, are likely taking notes. If even a handful of countries follow Russia's lead, the US dollar's dominance could erode faster than anyone anticipates. To a test for Bitcoin. Bitcoin enthusiasts have long hailed it as digital gold and the future of money. But let's be real, until now, it's mostly been a speculative asset. Russia's adoption is the ultimate stress test. Can Bitcoin handle the scale of international trade? Can its network process transactions efficiently for something as large as oil exports or weapon deals? If it succeeds, Bitcoin won't just be a cryptocurrency. It'll be a currency, period. 3. A new era of trade alliances. Russia isn't just using Bitcoin as a tool of defiance. It's also laying the groundwork for new alliances. Imagine this. Countries like China, India, and Brazil, all major players in global trade, realize they don't have to rely on dollar-based systems. They start using Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies for trade among themselves. Suddenly, a new financial bloc emerges, one that doesn't answer to Washington, Brussels, or the IMF. The critics weigh in. Of course, not everyone is cheering. The skeptics, Bitcoin is too volatile. They're not wrong. Bitcoin's price can swing wildly, which makes it risky for something as predictable as international trade. What happens if Russia agrees to sell oil at $40,000 per Bitcoin, only for the price to drop to $30,000? But volatility isn't a deal breaker, it's a challenge. As adoption grows, Bitcoin's value could stabilize. And if nations start stockpiling Bitcoin like they do gold, its price might become less speculative and more steady. The regulators, this is a threat to global stability. Western nations aren't going to sit idly by. Expect a crackdown. Regulations targeting cryptocurrency exchanges, mining operations, and even individual wallets are likely. But here's the thing. Bitcoin's beauty lies in its resilience. You can regulate it, you can tax it, but you can't stop it. What happens next? Russia's Bitcoin play is just the beginning. The real story is yet to unfold. A domino effect? Will other nations follow suit? History tells us that once a big player makes a move, others aren't far behind. If Russia successfully uses Bitcoin to stabilize its economy and evade sanctions, you can bet countries like Iran, Venezuela, and even smaller economies will jump on the bandwagon. Tech evolution. Russia's move will force the crypto industry to evolve. Faster transactions, lower fees, and increased scalability will become priorities. Blockchain technology is entering a new phase, one where it's not just about enthusiasts trading coins, but entire nations moving goods. The dollar's future. The US dollar won't disappear overnight, but its grip on global trade is loosening. How Washington responds will shape the future of global finance. Will it innovate or will it resist change? Are you ready for the Bitcoin era? Let's face it, the world is changing. You can sit on the sidelines or you can get ahead of the curve. Here's the truth. Whether you like it or not, cryptocurrency is becoming a cornerstone of global finance. It's no longer just an investment, it's a tool for trade, power, and survival. So what does this mean for you? Educate yourself. If you're not already familiar with Bitcoin and blockchain, start learning now. The better you understand it, the better positioned you'll be to benefit from the coming changes. Diversify your portfolio. Consider allocating a portion of your investments to Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. If nations are adopting it, there's a reason. Stay informed. This story is far from over. Keep an eye on how global powers are navigating this new financial landscape. The Bitcoin revolution isn't just about Russia. It's about a global shift in power, technology, and opportunity. And here's the kicker. You're living through it. Want to stay ahead? Hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and join the conversation in the comments. What do you think? Will Bitcoin reshape the world, or is it just a passing trend? Let us know.